It's been a year since I've been, meditating, and I've been getting up. I get maybe 4 hours of sleep a day, and I've been doing it for a year. And now it has just gotten to the point of where I am flat out just tired. And I've just slept most of Friday night. Saturday, I had an appointment at 6. Same thing. Sound asleep, couldn't get up, couldn't do it. So this Friday for sure, we'll do a live video. But today's topic was brought to me by someone who mentioned this and emailed it to me in one of my last videos. And the question is, how is the material world created? Like, where does the materials and these components come from? So that's today's question. Where does the material world come from? This. And I've explained this to you guys so many times before, but if I were in your position, if I had not had my near-death experience, I wouldn't believe a word coming out of my mouth or any of the stuff that I've been hearing since my own death when I started doing research. And with all the things that have been coming to me, there would have been no way I would have believed in any of it. All right. So it's a valid question. And it's sometimes, you have to keep asking these questions until finally the information just sticks in. All right. And again, let's go through that question. It is, how is the material world created? Like, where does the materials and these components come from? Remember what I said, ladies and gentlemen, that the universe isn't real. None of this is real. Remember where we are right now. Where are we? We're at home. All of us. Our higher self, right? We're all at home. And what state are we in? We're in that dream state. Remember who we are, right? We're gods. What do gods do? We create and we protect. So what are we creating? Remember, let's back it up a little bit. When we decided that we wanted to be the boss, right? And we went to Father and said, hey, I want to call the shots. I'm the boss. What 3 things happened? Fear, guilt, and the ego, right? But then he gave us what? A blank canvas, which is the void. And then once we got with our overlord, which is your supervisor, he is in charge of you and your growth, period. Nobody else, no other being, directly to you. You have your guides. They are specific to just you, and they surround you all the time. Same thing with your archangel. You are assigned an archangel. You know mine, Michael. So when you get all of that taken care of and you come to Father with what you want to experience, okay? That's all said and done. So this was taken care of trillions and trillions of years ago, ladies and gentlemen, trillions of years ago. All right, because now we're finding out that the universe is 12.8 billion, not 4.8, now 12. Well, I'm here to tell you that the universe is much older than that. Galaxies that we can't even see that were created trillions of years ago. All right. So what happened? Well, we needed a place that we can do this, right? We needed a place where we could go and play and call the shots, have our big boy pants on, girl pants too, for all the female vehicles out there, right? So what happened? Well, you know it in history, ladies and gentlemen, as the Big Bang. We all began to dream. We fell into that dream state, right? And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, it became the biggest explosion ever seen. And thus, the universe was created. God did not create the universe. Remember, God does not want you here. So as we began to dream and to create what we want to experience, okay, this is what you see on a daily basis when you wake up every morning. Now, this took time for us to create, right? So while we're in our dream state, we're creating this universe. We're creating the galaxy that we live in. And again, there are hundreds of thousands of civilizations taking place in the Milky Way galaxy right now. Some of them are so far advanced ahead of us, some of them haven't even invented the wheel. But yet, we are the ones that are creating it through our God-like powers. When God looks at the universe, he sees nothing more than a hologram. Our house is a hologram, like the Matrix. When Keanu Reeves goes in there, all the green squiggly lines, that's all the non-physical sees. They don't see a house full of walls, a sink, a bathtub, a car. They don't see that because it's not real. It's a figment of our imagination. It's a figment of how powerful we are. So those materials that you see every day, your cars, is in these vehicles, what we call the Homo sapien, human beings. We created that species. We're not humans. We're just inhabiting this body that happens to be called a human being. It's not real. Jesus showed you that when he came back after his crucifixion. And the point of the crucifixion was, as you know, to the Christians who want to believe that I died for my sins is a pile of shit. No, it was God showing you that your body isn't real. Look, I can create another one. In fact, what else can I do? I can walk through walls. Why? Those walls aren't there. It's a figment of your imagination. Your subconscious, you're so rooted in that belief that you believe that wall is actually there, when in fact, it's not. And somewhere deep in my mind, even though I know it's not real, somewhere deeply rooted in that subconscious mind of mine, it's telling me there's a wall there. So if I try to walk through it, I'm going to bounce off it. But it's not real. So all the things that we created is simply a figment of our imagination and our godlike ability to create. We are creating all of this right now. So in the moment of my near-death experience, right, when I left my body and I was being held, or I joined the light into oneness, when I said I was one with everything, right, I simply woke up. Father kind of like shook me up. Hey, right? I wake up and, boom, I'm out of my body and I know exactly where I'm at. I'm home. I said it. Go back and watch some of my videos on other channels, A Love Covered Life, where I say God doesn't care about your religion. The Jeff Mara, we're all one thing. I was juiced. I was lit up like a Christmas tree. Young again, vibrant, all full of, why? I joined the light. Basically saying, I and the Father are one. I became one with everything. Looking at a body that I could care less about. Didn't care about my children anymore. Because I knew they were right where they needed to be. They were a God as well. They were doing what they were supposed to be doing. Period. End of subject. So we're creating all of these things. And the reason God sent Jesus was simply, we had become so lost, and frankly, we still are. 2 millennia later, we're no better off. None. We haven't learned a damn thing from his existence here as a human being, Yeshua. He simply came here to wake us up, to say, look, he even said it. It's written in the Bible. Do not fall in love with this materialistic world. It will bring you ruin. Why? It's not real. You can take none of it with you. If anybody of you watching this video at some point in time have had a loved one transition home, tell me what they took with them. Did they take their 401k that they worked so hard for, their car and their underwear and, everything else? Did they take it with them? Or was it left behind in the dust for all of you to squabble over. Oh, I want these to show you. He said it. Don't fall in love with this materialistic world. It will bring you ruin. Why? It's not real. We're creating it with our mind. So everything that everybody's fighting over, money, isn't real. It's a figment of your imagination. You're dreaming it. It is being projected through you out into planet Earth, which in itself isn't real. That's where all the materials came from. It's coming from your higher self. It's being projected through this avatar down here in this materialistic world, this low dense, low vibration world. It's not real. That's where everything came from, guys. And when you go home and you see what we see, you don't see anything. And if any of you have listened to me, when you watch the movie The Shack, there's a point closer to the end of the movie when he's standing with God, Jesus, and what some people or Christians would call the Holy Spirit, which isn't. It's just Jesus's divine feminine, right? Or twin flame, right? When the Asian girl or the divine feminine of Jesus walks up and he's standing out in the field and he's like, what are we looking at? I mean, okay, it's a field, trees, grass, yeah. And then she closed his eyes and she rubs his eyes. She says, I want you to see what we see. And then when he opens up his eyes, he sees his soul family. But he doesn't see human beings. He sees blobs of energy, orange, magentas, blues, whites, greens. And he's like blown away, and he's like, who is this? And the simple answer was you. And he says, there's someone walking, something's moving towards me. And they're like, go down there, right? As he goes down there and he's about 2 feet away, this blob of energy takes form into the form of his father, who he murdered as a young kid. That's how the non-physical sees us. So if you haven't seen the movie The Shack, I would highly encourage you to see that. There's so many important things in there, and there's only one thing wrong with it. And if you guys want to talk about it at some other time, that'd be a great topic because it shows so many different things. But that's how we got to where we're at. We're just lost. You guys are so lost. Not those that are following my channel, those that pop in because they see, they see something and they're like, God, this guy's full of, this is new age. He's lost. He's possessed. He's a demon. I just laugh at him and I'm like, it's okay. You're not meant to wake up yet. That's fine. You will stay here in the old earth and that's that. You will not ascend yet. Some people are ready. Some people already have. I already have. I'm up there. Right? My energy is that of love, and it is constantly of love. But that's, ladies and gentlemen, is where you see. When you turn on the TV, what do you see? You see advertisements anywhere, everywhere. Buy this, this is that, buy clothes, blah, 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 blah. Same thing when you're driving around, billboards, look at for sale, this, that, and that. It's meant to draw you in. It's meant to deceive you. And I no longer buy into what is being created. I know the truth. I am no longer a materialistic person in any way, shape, or form. I have secondhand stuff from garage sales and broken down stuff, and I refuse to go buy new stuff. I don't need it. I don't care. In essence, I don't want it. It's not real. I still have to play the game, though, right? The game of life. I just know who I am, right? When you come here, when you step before Father and you want to call the shots, right? When you begin that journey, what does that journey consist of? 2 very important things. And I've completed step 1 in this lifetime. So all my other lifetimes, the ripple effect is taking effect. All the love that I'm pushing out and completing step 1, which is what? Why do we come here? We come here for two very important reasons. One, to rediscover ourselves. When we step into that fear, guilt, and the ego, right? When I step into the male vehicle, when you step into the female vehicle, what does that do? Does it bring you closer or separate? No, it separates you. Why? It's the illusion, the game, right? You believe, well, I did for most of my life, I believed I was a man. You believe you're a female. So you're going to believe in that, and we're not going to close the ranks, the gaps. We're going to separate ourselves because you believe you're different than me. And that's part of the illusion. And then you get entranced. Look at the big house. Look at the fancy car. Oh, I want to go on vacation. I want this. I want that. I want 500 million. I want the... You keep distancing yourself from the true path that you came here to do, which is to rediscover yourself. So this materialistic world is bringing you and all of you ruin. You're chasing the wrong things. And how many of you, after buying 15 purses, 15 pairs of shoes, 38 pairs of underwear, bigger houses, better houses, are you satisfied with any of it? Or do you thirst for more? Answer is you thirst for more. You're going to go out and go to Victoria's Secret, buy another 15 pairs of panties, another 5 shoes, another purse, a bigger house, better cars. And yet, are you happy? No, because you're going to keep going doing it again. Thus, the wheels on the bus go round and round. It will bring you ruin. You're chasing the wrong dream. You're tracing something that doesn't exist. It's part of the illusion. It's part of the game. It's part of our consciousness up there dreaming it. All right? So one, I completed step 1. I know exactly who I am. I rediscovered myself pretty quickly in my death. I know exactly what I am. I am not a human being. Who I once thought was Jason Janis for 49 years of my life is completely and totally superficial in a trillionth of a second. I am not Jason Janis. I never have been. I never will. This body is named Jason Janis. Just like when I go out to the grocery store, I drive a Jeep Grand Cherokee. I don't identify myself as a Jeep Grand Cherokee. Something I have to use to get around in down here, right? Just like these clothes. I don't feel like going to prison for walking around naked because I have no problems doing that. I'm not ashamed of myself in any way, shape, or form anymore, but I really don't feel like going to jail. So I'm not embarrassed about myself. I love myself. I'm done with the illusion, right? But that illusion was what was created by me when we all began to dream in our dream state, when we created this. And the whole identity and the whole problem of what we're doing now, if everybody is here, that is here on this earth right now, is, let's just say they have a lot of experience coming here. They wouldn't be here without Father's approval, right? I've said this many, many times. And during this transitional time, there are trillions of souls that want to take part in this. Trillions and trillions lined up. I want to go, I want to go, I want to go. No. No, no, no. Father will only allow those with the most experience. So anytime you see a brand new baby, oh, you're so cute, they're so innocent. No, they're not. That being inside that body is extremely powerful. No different than you. None. The only thing that's new on them is they created a new body so they can get into this materialistic world and pick up where they left off. There's nothing innocent about that baby. Nothing. And when you're hearing cooing and cawing, they're desperately trying to talk. They know they can talk. They've got to figure out how to do it again. All right? They're not innocent. So don't look at that baby and go, oh, how cute, what an innocent baby. No, love that being, because that being loves you. But they need to just pick up where they came off. And the fact that they're here is Father's approval saying, okay, I know you'll get your job done. That's where our materials come from. So these human beings, us, we're incapable of making correct decisions. Why? When we're creating these roads, these infrastructures, these buildings, this technology, and now we're moving in the technology range. That's advancing very quickly, and it's going to, as I told you, when the World War II or III thing comes, right? When those beings left over, they're going to take that technology when we're all gone, and they are going to use it with ruthless efficiency, right? So we, in our limited capabilities of thinking, because of what? What are we? We're not souls, so don't put that crap out there. We're not souls. We're multi-dimensional beings living multiple lives across multiple different dimensions right now. Time doesn't exist. Remember I said that? There's no past, there's no future. Everything that is taking place right now. Human beings created time so they could make sense of their surroundings. Who says it's light outside right now? Who told you that? Grandma, grandpa, or that's what everybody can say? How do you know it's not dark? You just assume that it is because that's what you've been told. Kind of like Christmas. Jesus Christ was born on December 25th, right? Wrong. Who cares when he was born? Do you think he cares when you think of when he was born? Or would Jesus think he would rather have you love unconditionally and forgive that person who hurt you? Which one do you think he would take? I'll let you answer that. You already know. So that's where these materials came from. It's a figment of our imagination. We are using these avatars to complete our mission when 98% of us is home. So we're all experiencing the term that you've heard me use before, duality. We're incapable of making rational decisions. We're incapable. Why? We have feelings. We have emotions. We're a human being for such a small percentage of our time. I can't believe I'm going to be 55 years old in April. I mean, where did 55 years go? This body is going to turn 55 years old. I mean, it goes by so fast. I mean, it literally is the greatest gift we have ever been given, ladies and gentlemen, to come take part in this insanity, because that's really what this is. It's insanity. We're lost. We're wandering around in the dark. And then there's a few of us out there who are willing to take the abuse, to take the beatings, to take the verbal lashings that I take and others have taken when I watch their videos on their near-death experience and the abuse that they take. I don't care. It doesn't hurt me. I know what my purpose here is. They know what their purpose here is. They know what they need to do. It's crystal clear. Especially with me, I've been thinking about it all weekend. I know what I was meant to do, what I came here to do to this world and to this 3D world. I came here to teach all of you. You know, I'm not, as you see behind me, I don't have, except my buddy here, if you want to see him. My daughter gave him to me for my birthday, so I love Olaf, so he'll sit with me for a little bit. I have Olaf. It's just us. But I came here to teach. I'm not worried if I've offended you or hurt you deeply. Good. I just make you see the ugliness within yourself where you need to work on yourself. All right? That's not meant to, I'm not trying to be mean to you. I'm trying to help you wake up and realize who you are, that you are a God, that you are creating all of this right now, along with me and everybody on this planet right now. We have to do better, ladies and gentlemen. So I am calling on each and every one of you who watch this video. Olaf is too. Right, bud? Right. Love one another. Love yourself. And above all, forgive yourself for everything. Everything. That means you have to go back into your earliest childhood memories. And if somebody hurts you or you hurt them, you have to feel that pain. You have to feel that love. And you have to love them and forgive them. You have to do the work in order for this to change before time runs out. And literally time ran out 30 decades ago or 3 decades ago. We can do and we must do better. We cannot allow the war to happen. We cannot allow it. The world will descend into madness like it did in World War II. And how many of you, have watched videos on that or have seen the devastation that it has caused when 50 million people were removed from this earth, men, women, children, and babies. Now, we're not talking millions, we're talking billions will be removed. We have to do better. We must do better. I love you. I am willing to step out on that platform and love you all unconditionally, even those of you who hate my guts and tell me I'm lost, I'm this, I'm that. I understand where you come from. I know you're lost. You're just another version of myself that's angry and mad and lost. And that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. You're just not ready yet. But we must do better. Right, bud? We must do better. But anyways, in a nutshell, that's where this stuff came from. It's just us making it up in our mind. And when most people see, if you listen to them when they left and they were in outer space and they were looking down on, oh, what is that? Oh, that's Earth. And they can see the body through all the crap, right? They don't have any connection to it, nor do they want to go back into it. But that's where our materials come from. They just come from us dreaming. So when you go to work every day and those people are in construction, you're just dreaming that you're in construction. Those of you that are doctors and nurses and neurosurgeons, when you go to work, why are you doing that? Because you're dreaming that. That's what you are. That's what you wanted to experience in this make-believe place. It's a game. Nothing more. It's a game. We're all role-playing for one another. Just like I told you before, if you're in a partner, right, and you put on a sexy outfit, a naughty nurse or something, you're role-playing for your significant other. Well, we're all our significant others, and we're all role-playing for one another in some way. Right now, there is somebody out there, or others, maybe a lot, maybe all of you, that are depending on me to finish your contract, right? That's why the non-physical father doesn't want you to kill yourself. There are other people depending on you to finish their contract here in this physical world. You don't know it. You've forgotten, because when you come here, you choose to forget. So in your godlike abilities, you wipe the slate clean and you come here like, what the hell is this? And you start a life. There are others out there depending on you. So choose love every day, ladies and gentlemen. No matter what you're going through, forgive them, love them, work on yourself. Now, I've been asked this question before, and I didn't want to go into the video this long either, because it's pretty simple. We're the ones creating all of this. It's not real. It's just a figment of our imagination. So that's where everything comes from, is us up there. It's being projected out through here, and then we carry out what we're dreaming. Simple as that. Now I forgot what I was going to say. Oh, the question was out there if I would create a workshop for those that want to learn how I meditate and what I do and so on and so forth. So if you put that down in the comments, I'll figure out a way to have a class of like 10. So the first 10 to respond to this that want to have a class, I will set up through Zoom or something like that. And we can get together and we can talk. Or I can do a live session just limited to those 10. And then we can discuss those things. Sorry I haven't gotten to all of your questions again. More and more keep popping up. I've just been brutally tired, guys. I've been sleeping as much as I can, as often as I can, and I'll get to them. Don't worry about it. I love you guys. Don't think that I don't, because I don't get to your questions right away. I have work. I have to come home. I've got a million things to do, and then, I've got these businesses to run with you guys. It's just, I'm split into 15 different places at once. So I will get to you all. Don't think I'm neglecting you or I don't love you. That is exactly the opposite. My body is finally just run out of gas. And I'm trying to get up in the morning to meditate, and it's getting harder and harder, and I feel guiltier and guiltier for not being able to do it. And I heard somebody say in an interview, says, you know, you got to be kind to yourself. You have to take a break. They know, right, that you're going to hit the proverbial brick wall, and that's exactly what I've done. I've hit the brick wall. So I've got to slow it down a little bit, take some time. But I love all of you. For all of you that have supported me when I started this, I didn't think this would go anywhere in any way, shape, or form. And I'm beyond blessed. For all of you that have donated and supported the channel through your monetary contributions, I'm beyond grateful. I am truly honored that I have a following as lovely and as beautiful as all of you. I truly love you from the bottom of my heart with all that I am. I am you, right? So I hope you guys have a blessed day. This coming Friday, I will go on live without a doubt, no matter what. I will be on 7 p.m. Central, so you guys book that time. I will be on. I hope you guys have a beautiful rest of your Sunday. I hope you have a beautiful and blessed week. I love you all so very much, and I will talk to you soon.